Blessed be everyone. Welcome to another Mystery Witch School video. Today we're doing another cord spell. It's a request actually from somebody to do a cord magic spell for protection. So it's a similar thing to what I did a couple of weeks ago with confidence, but we're going to be using it for protection. I'm choosing the color blue. You could use black, you could use white, you can use purple depending on what you feel you need protecting from. I find myself that blue resonates very much on the astral for me, and when I've seen pentagrams in the astral, to me anyway, they always appear to be this sort of electric blue color. So I often associate the blue with that kind of astral protection. So we're going to get into that. Before we do though, I'm Sandra from mysterywitchschool.com. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path and Tapping into Abundance. If you want to know more about Wicca, witchcraft, shadow work, and tarot now, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. If you want to be more strategic with your spell casting and have more success with your spell casting, and maybe know how to work on those bigger spell goals that you might have, do have a look at my spellcaster checklist. It's a free PDF. The link is in the description field below this video. The cord magic I'm doing today isn't going to be that different from the cord magic I did a couple of weeks ago for confidence and courage. It's just got another theme, and this one is of protection, and you can use this for protection for whatever it is you're wanting to feel protected from or feel safe from. The energy of the spell is to do with that feeling of safety, that you feel like you're completely protected from within and without. So like any magic, focus on what it is you're wanting to feel once the wish is fulfilled. I'm going to use a blue piece of cord. I associate the color blue with the astral realm. So when I'm doing pentagrams for protection, when I have seen them on the astral, they're like blue spirals actually. So this electric blue color is a color that I associate very strongly with protection. When I'm working with bringing more protective energy into my auric field, I get more of a blue. To me, it's more of a blue rather than a white light. It's more of a blue light of protection for me. So that's why I've chose blue. But if you've got white, or if you've got black, or if you want to use purple, those colors are really great for protection as well. Use your cord as a ward for your home. Hang it up over the front door, or if you need to hide it under a mat or behind a hanging or something on your front door. If you want to use it to protect you while you're sleeping, then you can put it over your bed, you can put it under your pillow, you can wear it. You can use it as a bracelet, so you can make a shorter one to tie as a bracelet, or a longer one to wrap as a bracelet, so you can wear it, you can stick it in your pocket, you can put it wherever you need to put it, basically, to help you feel protected. So if you're using it for personal protection, you may want to wear it. If you're using it for the home or for your room, if you live in a share house, then you might want to put it to the entrance of your room or your home. If you want a protection while you're sleeping, then you want to have it somewhere near you or on you while you're sleeping. So it's just connecting it to where you want the protection, basically. Like any spell, prepare yourself for the spell by knowing your intent, feeling into the wish fulfilled. What does it feel like to feel safe? What does it feel like to feel protected? If you have memories of feeling that way, then go into the memory and try and get it into your body. What does it feel like? If you don't have a lot of memories of feeling safe and protected, try to use your imagination to project yourself into a scene where you think you would feel safe and protected. And try to bring that sense of safety and protection into your body, so that you're bringing it into your subconscious mind, so that your subconscious mind is feeling that safety and that protection, because it needs to be convinced that what you want to experience is actually already happening. That's really important for magic and manifestation. And then We'll do the cord spell exactly the same way that I've done other cord spells, which is I like to start in the center, feel into the feeling of the wish having already been fulfilled, and focus your traditional cord spell and just tweaking it and changing it to whatever it is that you're doing the spell for, in this case for safety and protection. So the middle of the cord, so that you've got the two ends, the cord's folded over in half and you've got the two ends matching. I go to the middle of the cord and I tie the knot. By knot of 1, this protection spell has begun. Then I go to the end of the cord and I tie a knot at the end. By knot of 2, I'm protected through and through. Go to the other end of the cord. By knot of 3, protected and safe I be. And you can take your time with this. You don't have to do it fast. You can do it really slow. And each time you do a knot, feel the relief of being protected. Feel the relief of being safe. It's a feeling of relief, really, when you think about it. So feel into, what does it feel like to be relieved that something that you wanted to achieve has already been achieved. Then I take the cord from the middle to one of the ends, and then I will fold it over and go to the middle, so it's like a quarter of the cord, and do the next knot, which is by knot of 4, danger flees or goes out of the door. So by knot of 4, danger goes out of the door. Then I go to the other end, and if you can hear the beeping of a truck, I apologise. There's construction work going on outside. Your next is the 5th knot by knot of 5. Safe and secure, I thrive. Then I will go one of 2 directions, and it's really up to you what you do. I like to go to the middle of the middle knot and the sort of quarter knot, and halve that and have my next knot there. So by knot of 6, protection I fix. Sometimes I go the other way. Same to the other end. By knot of 7, this spell 11. And then I'll choose the ending between the last 2 knots on the end of the cord and go into the center of those. By knot of 8, my safety is fate. Go to the other end of the cord, between the end of the cord and the next knot. Go to the middle. By knot of 9, protection and safety is mine. Then take your cord, you can wrap it around your wrist and wear it that way and tie it together, or put it wherever it is that you feel you need to put it in order to keep you safe. Once you have done the spell, the important thing to do is to feel safe and secure. And whenever you think of the spell, which you will, it's like telling you, don't think of a pink elephant, you're going to think of a pink elephant. So telling people to forget about the spell and just get on with life is great advice, but it isn't often what happens. Often we will think about the situation still after we've done the spell. So when you're thinking of the situation after you've done a spell, or you're thinking of the spell, it's okay. You can do that. The important thing is to make sure that emotionally you remember to feel into the wish having already been fulfilled. And then you can think about the spell as often as it comes up, as often as you like. If you're thinking about and feeling into the wish already having been fulfilled every time you think of the spell or every time you think of the situation, then you're on the right track when it comes to working with magic. I love doing spell work. We do spell work in the Mystery Witch School 101 12-month course as a part of walking the witchcraft Wiccan path to bring more meaning into our lives and to bring more magic into our lives, to have that connection in our lives again, that connection to ourselves, that connection to other people, that connection to nature that we dearly miss, I think, many of us in our lives, more than ever. I think now people are feeling very disconnected. And we need our connection to nature and spirit and the divine more than ever now. And the craft is a beautiful way of creatively and magically connecting to that magical part of ourselves. But yet it's very difficult to know how to do that when you're trying to do it on your own, because you can certainly read lots of books about it, but it's trying to piece these things together and work out, well, how do I feel connection? How do I learn to feel the connection? How do I learn to work with energy? How do I learn to work with the Sabbats and the lunar energies and all of that sort of thing? And that's what the Mystery Witch School 101 course teaches you. It teaches you how to work with these energies and to do it in a way that is slow paced, so you don't have to rush it, where you're practicing the craft and it's really getting down and practicing it and getting the benefits of the actual practice. And that does take time, and that does take a commitment. So if you're interested in learning Wicca with me, if you want to learn Wicca with me and bring magic into your daily life and bring that meaning, then take a look at the Mystery Witch School 101 course. The link is in the description field below this video. Thank you everybody for supporting this YouTube channel. I think it's been going now for probably about 3 years. So I really do want it to continue, but I can only do that if I have support from everybody, in the sense of sharing the videos and you know, recommending them to other people, liking the videos and giving YouTube basically the hint that these videos are worth putting out there for the algorithm. So thank you for everybody who does do that sort of support. And if you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I am Sandra from MysteryWitchSchool.com. I will see you on the next video.